Hi guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. If you are new here, this is my husband Max and I'm Paige, obviously. I mean, you know, but this is Max. Today we are filming our, what is this, the second time?
I think, yeah, we did a 2019 wrap up last year.
This is our 2020 wrap up, which, I mean, 2020 has been a year. It's been real.
For everybody.
Yes, but like,
Literally.
we've had so many like actual like good things come out of it, surprisingly, for as rough as the year was. So we're just gonna go through like we did last year. I can link last year's up somewhere in the cards. Actually I probably won't, because I'm going to say that so much during this video. That's one thing I remember from last year. Every like big moment we talk about, I'd be like, oh, I vlogged that, or oh, I have a video for this.
Yeah,
do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Anyway, so we're just gonna jump into it, but we break it down like month by month. So we're gonna start now. Okay, so we kind of shifted off center here because this is going to be where we put like our picture memories. So 2020 wrap up. It's so weird to actually think like
the 2020
everything we did. So in January was the first time we met with home builders. The first time like we decided, you know, we're not going to buy the house we were renting because we were going to rent to own. And we were going to meet, well, we met with home builders and we got pricing on houses. We were then started talking about like locations. We toured a couple like of spots on like my family's property and your family's property.
Actually right behind where our house is now.
That does not feel like it's been like a year ago.
No, it doesn't.
Like at all.
It feels like it was like a couple months ago.
Yeah. Okay, and we also met with our first real estate agent to go on a house hunt, which wasn't Aaron.
No, it wasn't.
That was a house out in like, that was a house out like near Dad's. That was a cute house.
It was just not
small.
It was at a bad location too.
Yeah, after we toured that house, we literally pulled out and almost got hit.
Smacked.
Yeah, that was our sign, like, God don't want us here.
See you later.
In February, I decided to close my online boutique, which was kind of sad, but like I feel like a weight off also.
Yeah,
like
definitely
it was just
pressure off, yeah. And
part of the reason why I wanted to close it was because I knew we weren't staying where we were, and like it was just like so much to move anyway that I was like, if we can just eliminate this, it'll
help us in the long run.
Yes, so we did that, sold all the clothes on Poshmark, and a lot of stuff, so that was cool. And then we met with the house builders that we almost built with, so not the ones we met with in January, but a different company.
We were close to building. Like
we literally had our property picked out. We had like down to the exact quote of the house. Like it was like the next step was to like start building the house, like start clearing land basically.
Yeah.
And then that was like all of February was like going through meetings with Brenda. Yeah. Or the very last day of February, we were like, no, like no bueno.
We're just gonna wait it out for a house to.
Well, and it was expensive. Like in hindsight now, being a homeowner, realizing everything that goes into it, we could have never afforded that. Like we would have been house poor.
Yeah.
Like now we love our house, but like we have money to do things, like fun things.
Right.
If we would have built
and fix
house,
and do what we want to do this,
right.
Like I mean piece by piece with the house too. We want to update it stuff, so.
Okay. March, the first week of March, I went on a spontaneous Florida trip with my mom.
Literally spontaneous.
And my sister and my stepdad. Max couldn't get off work, which ended up working out okay. But it was like so spontaneous. Like literally we booked it a week before, was it? Maybe
well,
two.
You were going to your grandpa's house.
No, but like we booked it like, what, 2 weeks before we went?
Your flight too. Yeah,
like our flights. And like, yeah, my grandparents were down there, which again, I vlogged that. So you probably saw it, but that was really, really fun. And while we were in Florida, COVID hit and like got like bad. Like somehow PA closed down before Florida did. And so like I was at work and like I was getting calls from like my friend Steph being like, oh yeah, like, you know, the salon shut down today, but like we don't really know if we're supposed to, like, then they were, it was so crazy.
Yeah,
but like
it was screwed up.
I wasn't here for that. Like I was in Florida living it up on the beaches and doing my thing.
Yeah.
And like what were you doing with all of that?
Basically was told to come into work, and then one day I was told, just stay home.
And that's when isolation started.
For a month and a half.
So yeah.
Actually more than that. It was probably more like 2 months, honestly.
Yeah, I'd say like between a month and a half and 2 months, and I was off for a full 3 months.
Second week of, well, at least for me.
Oh, I guess we should also clarify.
Us together.
You were a mechanic at Thomas Buick and GMC, and I was a hairdresser at a local salon.
Yeah. Just
so like you guys know like what the heck we were even doing.
But yeah, from the second week of March till Probably like the first week of May.
Oh wait, no, I have when you go back to work. You're jumping ahead on our monthly breakdown.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, like all of March, we were just laid off. She's still chasing that tail. It's definitely the ranch.
Definitely the ranch. Yeah.
She's so funny.
100%.
Okay, so yeah, March, like COVID officially started. It was like kind of on and off for both of us at work until like they were like,
about the second week
like
of
shut
March.
down. The whole state was shut down. So we spent a lot of time together. A lot of time together.
Yeah, a lot. And mostly just in the house too.
Oh yeah, so then that leads us into April. And in April, we both had an entire month of no work.
Yeah.
Like nothing at all. So we were both on unemployment. And then we spent a lot of time driving around looking at houses. Because we had officially...
It was actually really nice how that, I mean, like every day we had like a house
picked out. We were
going to look at.
And like we weren't like going in to look at it. It was just like driving past. Like, do we like the area?
Getting out and like walking around.
If they were like empty.
If they were empty.
But we did that for an entire month. And yeah, that was what we did. Okay, so May we have a lot more going on. Like a lot more. Max went back to work in May, the beginning of May. I signed up to sell Young Living essential oils. It was our 2-year gotcha day anniversary for Lux. Puppy gotcha day anniversary with little Lux. That was fun. It's just crazy like to think that we've had her for 2 years. Okay, in May, the real estate agents opened back up and
so we were actually allowed to go in the houses
when we say that there was a house we were obsessed with from photos.
Like all of
like
our time off basically.
We thought like this was the house for sure. From the pictures we saw online, from the way it looked from the outside, the garage that was with it, where it was located. Like we went in thinking we were gonna walk out putting an offer in on that house. Yeah. Let's just say
it opened our eyes. We
walked in that house and we were like, oh.
Pictures can be deceiving.
Very deceiving. So that was the whole 2 months of our hearts being set on this house and only to be like, and we tried to convince ourselves to love that house.
But we just, once we got in the car after we were done like going through it, we were like, that ain't it.
Right after that, we had our first campfire. I am like a huge, like, in the summer I would be outside, and I think you would like agree with that. Like, if I'm sitting on our porch, if we're at a campfire, if we are riding our buggy, if we are hammocking, like swimming, like I just want to be outside as much as I can. So like campfires are one of my favorite things to do in the summer, and in May we had our first campfire. But I don't remember completely. You changed jobs in May.
I did.
So you can tell them about that.
Yeah. I went back to work at my old job for like 2 weeks. And before COVID, I had a job set up with one of our good friends for a construction company. And he finally...
Like it was like there was a perfect timing for him to get into the union. Like it wasn't like, we can have you this day, so plan for this. It was like when I call you, that's when I need you kind of thing.
So I wasn't able to give much of a notice, but hey.
So we gave him a 1 week notice and peaced out of the mechanic industry.
1 day notice.
So now he's a laborer in the union. So Max was still, we totally skipped a chunk of this, so back up a little bit. Before Max changed jobs, there was a house in between where we live and where Max works. Like he had like a 40-minute commute to work, and this house was made sense for both of us for where we were both currently working. And so the day we toured the house, we actually really loved it. It was
really nice.
It just wasn't in the school district we wanted. That was the only thing wrong with the house.
Yeah.
And the day we were going to call to put the offer in, because we had been pre-qualified from the house before and everything, Max got a call the exact same day, like hours before, from PD saying, hey, I'm ready for you to come work. So that threw a whole wrench in the plan of like...
where we were going to be living.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so, and then we were like, okay, well, if he's going to change jobs, we shouldn't live there because there's no point in us living there if Max, because then it in turn would make another 40-minute drive.
Not quite, but...
kind of. And so we vetoed that, and we were approved for what, a DHA loan? Is that what it was? FHA.
FHA.
And since he changed jobs, he didn't have a year of job history, so we couldn't get a government loan anymore for a mortgage. So we had to get pre-qualified again, and we became a member of First People's Credit Union. And that's who our mortgage is through. So if you're in that pickle, definitely something to remember. But so that also changed that whole situation. So we were kind of like stressed about that for a good minute there.
Definitely a good minute.
Yeah. Okay, so we're in June now. And we, literally the end of May was very hectic, I guess to say the least. Because so we found out that Max was changing jobs, had a campfire weekend, and then we put an offer in on the house that we're in now. So this house was on the market for...
oh my, a day?
A day, I think. And literally when I tell you, like 6 people sent me the link to this house. I was like, and like at first, the kitchen was ugly. Like literally it repulsed me to see pictures of the kitchen. And like that's what was stopping me. I mean, it had, oh, and it didn't have a master, but it had the amount of bedrooms we wanted. It had a dining room, it had a living room. It didn't have a big kitchen, and it didn't have a master. Those were my 2 things.
It didn't have a master, a full master.
A full master. It has a bigger bedroom, but
yeah.
There's an attached garage. Like everything else about the house, I was like, check, 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 check. Then I texted our real estate agent. I was like, hey, this house just came on the market. Can we tour it? And she's like, if you want to see that house, you need to tour it like right now, because
there was like 20 other tours set up.
Yeah, so she's like, let me call and set it up. And she's like, how soon can you come? I was like, we can do tonight, like if you can. She's like, perfect, you know. And so then we come to the tour. Max was still at work, so he was at his new job at this point, commuting from Pittsburgh, like riding with his boss from our town to Pittsburgh. And my mom and I came because I didn't think Max would be able to come. And at this point with the COVID regulations, you were only allowed 2 people in to tour house at the time. And so we toured it. Max showed up like very last minute and was able to look at it. Was it the, I gotta look at my list. Was it that day or the next day? And then there were 22 tours scheduled for that weekend.
We toured it on like a Thursday.
Yes.
I think. We thought about it.
You went off on a Friday.
Yeah, we thought about it Friday and then put our offer in on that Saturday.
Yes, that sounds right. And for the whole weekend, there were 22 tours for this house scheduled, and that's like unheard of for like where we live. Like that just like isn't. So this house was like prime real estate for what we were getting. So we put our offer in on Saturday. We wrote the old couple that lived here before a super nice letter. You can watch all of this on my videos because I vlogged the entire process. And then they accepted our offer within the hour.
Not even like
and
half
so
hour.
We put our offer in Saturday morning. There were still like 15 tours scheduled for the rest of Saturday, all of Sunday into Monday. And they didn't, like when we came in, we offered exactly asking price.
Yep.
And they accepted right away. And so that means in June we officially had like the ball rolling for our house.
Yep.
So.
And they canceled all the tours.
Yeah, well, they canceled all the tours and they accepted our offer. And then in June, I also went back to work the 1st of June, which was good because it turns out we couldn't get our loan unless I was at work anyway. So that worked out like perfectly.
Right on time,
yeah. And we did our first photo shoot. So my baby sister graduated in June of 2020, and Max's little brother graduated. And that being said, we did our first photo shoot. And so this was just something that was like a hobby because like obviously I had like all my camera equipment and stuff, and my sister and her best friend Jenna and my cousin Jenna wanted graduation pictures, and they were like, it's, you know, 2020, like we want pictures in our cap and gown up at the school because like it wasn't a normal graduation, all this stuff. So we did like a good photo shoot, and so many people love these pictures. So we were like, you know what, let's do it. Like let's do like a little photography business. And so it's just like a little side hobby that we do now, but it's called Days Photography, if you didn't know. It's just, again, just something we do just on the side for some fun. But that was the first time that started. And June is when we found our little Lola girl.
Say hi.
She is our 6-month-old golden doodle puppy girl. Yep, she's getting so big. So we found her the end of June.
Well, you put a video on of her, like...
the whole getting Lola process.
Yeah.
So check that out if you're interested. I plan on doing like a 1-year update with Lola, like once she turns a year old. Okay, sorry, my camera battery was dead. Anyway, so, okay, we found Lola in June. Like, I remember I was at the ice cream shop with Courtney and Jenna, and like my mom sent me the link to the Facebook thing where they posted like the Lola puppies. And I was like, oh, Courtney, Jenna, like, do you know this family? And they're like, oh yeah, like we graduated with her son. And I was like, set a girl up, I'm about to get a dog. So I came home and I was like, Max, I found this. And he was in bed because at this point he was getting up at like 3 o'clock in the morning for work. And I was like, wait, can we get another puppy? And he's like, sure, why not? So we got, well, okay, so we didn't get her yet, but we knew we were getting her. Like we put our like down payment on her. July, we had our 4th of July campfire and camp out, which is like
a yearly,
my all-time favorite thing about an entire year is the 4th of July. I love everything about it. We hammock, we camp, we cook out, like it is a blast. So yeah, we did that. I got my nose pierced in July, which is kind of a weird accomplishment, but got that done. And we brought Lola home on July 18th. Vlogged that entire thing. Super cute. You could see Lux and Lola meeting for the first time. It didn't go well. Now they're best friends though.
Yeah, Lux drooled for like a week straight.
Like profusely. Yeah, like she's not having it with us.
No.
But they love each other. They were snuggling last night in bed. So on July 30th, we
closed.
Could you be more detailed?
We closed on our new house.
So that was exciting. That was like a very stressful time because we had to be out of our old house by August 1st. And we didn't close until July 30th. Literally the whole entire 2 months leading up to that point, we were pushing to close sooner. And it just
didn't work out that way.
No, so not only did we have a new puppy in the house, we were both still working full time. And we were supposed to go to Myrtle Beach. Yeah. Actually, that last week in July. And between COVID, our jobs, and closing on a house, it just wasn't working.
Wasn't gonna happen, the beach trip.
No, so I actually had the whole week off, like, after we closed, and because I was supposed to be at the beach, and we worked on the house. Well, I did, you still worked. So that was interesting, moving with the new puppy. It was and at the end of the day, we literally moved it an entire day.
Yeah.
That was a little stressful, but it's fine, we did it. So in August, we started like our home renovations, like I said, because I had like that first couple days in August off work. Lots of just like furniture building, organizing things.
Painting.
Figuring out what the heck we were doing,
literally.
Basically.
Still trying to figure some of it
So
out.
again, I have a whole series on my channel of like our home renovation. I probably can't link any more in the cards at this point, but there's a whole playlist on my channel for our new house. So Max also turned 22.
Oh yeah, baby.
Max also got a new truck in August.
That's what we did for my birthday. We drove to Virginia.
I didn't go. I had to do a
me and one of my buddies drove to Virginia to get my truck.
That wasn't your birthday.
No.
It was near your birthday. It was
near
like the weekend
my birthday,
after.
yeah. This is before my birthday.
Max got rid of his little beater.
Dakota
Dodge.
It was falling apart.
And he got a
Dodge.
I don't know
2500.
And we also went on the end of August, we went on a spontaneous trip to Kentucky.
Yeah.
To get my brother a truck.
To go get another truck. But
we also got tattoos, which I did a little tattoo tag on my channel, but we got that in Kentucky, and then like on our way home, we just like putzed around and made a trip out of it. So we had a day trip to Kentucky. That was fun.
There and back.
Yeah, that was our first time really doing anything in Kentucky ever.
That's the first time I was ever even in Kentucky.
That was the weekend of the Kentucky Derby, but because of COVID, there's like nothing happening. Like we were down in like Lexington a lot.
Yeah, we had no idea.
No, we drove through Louisville, but not like through it. We drove like past it, I guess. September, it's so weird to like think about. I met with a new employer, and like I guess it wasn't like as big of a deal for you because like yours was expected. Like I started talking to a new employer about like what she offers, and it was still a hairstylist job. It was just a different local salon in our area, but that was like super like a big deal because like we never thought I would do. Like my aunt works at the salon I was at before, or worked there. She doesn't anymore either. But just it was unexpected. Like we never thought I would leave where I was at. I was very comfortable.
You just had a good schedule, you know what I mean? Like you were just used to. Like,
yeah, I was comfortable. I wasn't thriving.
Yeah.
So that was a big deal. My brother bought a house, which he moved into my uncle's house. My uncle moved and my brother bought his house on our farmland, like my dad's farmland. So that was exciting because, and we had our 1-year wedding anniversary.
The big 1 year, we made it a year. Oh my, going on 100 years.
You're so weird. That was exciting. We didn't really do anything for our anniversary, again, because well, COVID, and I think I cooked. In October, we did our annual Outer Banks trip. It was actually a week earlier than usual, so
we did end up getting to go on vacation.
We did fine, and Max was really worried he wouldn't get to go anywhere. But we were able to go between the hurricanes, between COVID, between our jobs.
We found some week that we
went, and like, actually, but it was like scheduled the whole time. Like, we went with my whole family. I vlogged the entire trip. Did I vlog this year?
I think you did. Yeah, you did. You did.
But okay, I guess I vlogged it.
I know you did.
Check that out on my channel if you want. That was really fun though. I got back from the Outer Banks and I got fired.
Yeah.
Not to like shoot any shots, but that was fun time.
We got through it though. It was all right.
It was for the better, honestly. It really was. It kind of sucked when it happened, but thank goodness things were going well with the employer I had just met with. Hadn't accepted a job or anything, just had met with her, and it worked out. So my friend and I actually both got fired and are both working for the new employer, and we were doing good. But that kind of sucked. That was like the day we were driving home from the beach. My old boss texted and was like, hey, can we meet? And I was like, no, I don't want to meet.
I don't want to do it.
Oh, I took my new job. So I didn't start at my new job, but I accepted the new job, and as did my friends.
They were switching locations. Your new employer was switching locations. Oh yeah,
that was an ordeal.
So that's why you couldn't really start right away.
Exactly. Like, she was at a building that was literally falling, and it was one of the oldest buildings in our town, and it was like falling in. So now we are up in like a what is that called?
Like a plaza, sort of.
Like a strip mall maybe, without stores. It's like offices, doctors.
It's nice up there.
It's elite.
LOL.
Okay, so and then after I got fired, our day's photography business like took off in like a weird way. Yeah. Like, it was like such an answered prayer, like, because I had no income.
Appointments everywhere.
Like, the day I got fired, I think we booked 7 appointments for like the next week and a half. Do you remember that?
I do.
Like, I was actually mildly overwhelmed because like we had never had anything to like that capacity before, but it was an answered prayer. It worked out and it got her name out there. So yeah. Our photography business is kicking butt right now.
Yeah.
She's doing all right. November, I voted for the first time in a presidential election.
It was my second time.
Yeah.
So that was she's young. She's really young.
I missed the first one by like 5 days. Yeah. So that was a big deal. That was exciting. That was like a milestone in my life. We renovated our bedroom. Again, we vlogged this whole thing.
Yeah.
That was something that we had been wanting to do for a while, and we picked the flooring for our whole house that we're gonna do, so we're like slowly gonna be working on that in the new year.
That's a big plan of ours, to do the whole upstairs.
She's gonna take a minute, but we're gonna do it and we're gonna vlog it so you guys can see the journey with us. We moved the salon location, so I did like 2 weeks at the old salon my new employer's old location. Tell me that's not confusing. And then in November we moved to the new salon location, and it really started taking off. It really looks great. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
And when I went to work, Max got laid off in November.
Funny how that works.
So he got laid off for Thanksgiving.
Like right before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And hopefully he goes back in like January, beginning of January.
After the holiday.
He's helping deliver flowers now with my family.
I'm not just sitting on my butt all day long.
And what happened big in December? We made a big life decision. But
yeah,
that's in God's timing.
It is in God's timing. To be determined later, at a later date.
What else happened in December?
Actually, it's been kind of quiet, honestly.
I gotta think of something. We went to Marketplace, or went somewhere. We went to like Pittsburgh way and got our first big Marketplace purchase. That was actually kind of exciting.
Yeah, it was fun.
And it's like something that will be in like our future kiddos nursery. I'm not pregnant, just like when it happens, it will be in the nursery. And we like kind of finished the guest bedroom. It was cute. Yeah. It's cute.
So.
Yeah, I think that's honestly
about
it. Oh, we did our porch at some point in the year. I don't know when we did that. We're gonna have a whole reel going over here the whole time. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed our 2020 wrap up. I uploaded a goals for 2021 on my channel, and I just sat down and did that. Max was working, but So if you guys are interested in seeing what we have planned for 2021, definitely check that out. And if you were along for our whole journey of 2020, thank you so much. It was nice to have you as part of our big online family. And if you are just new here, don't forget to subscribe down below. Give us a thumbs up and have a happy new year. Say bye, girls.
See ya.